Imagine something precious. A priceless gift you've been waiting all your life to give to the one you love. You wait for the right time, you wrap it carefully, you pack it in a box, and you place a few stamps on the outside and hand this wonderful thing over to a complete stranger. Absolutely confident that your irreplaceable gift will find its way to the one you love. That is the miracle of a postage stamp. The stamp is the smallest contract in the world. A promise that if you believe in it, we will deliver it somehow, some way, because we know that if that contract is broken, hearts can be broken too.
It's all good and getting even better. Blue skies, only sunny weather. It's a perfect day, ain't nothing wrong, cause everything's alright. It's all good when we get together. Why not make it last forever? But when you got what matters, it's all good and getting even better.
Happy Monday, Miss Hayworth.
Oh, what is that?
Open it.
Oh no, I should wait for Norman.
Oh, it's not a wedding gift.
It's a last week of being single present.
Oh, okay.
Shane and Rita's girls' night out. Thursday after work, we start with a little shopping for a little something slinky.
Slinky.
Steamy.
Steamy?
You know, something to wear post-wedding, something hot.
Oh.
Then it's some margaritas at Chez Ramon's, and then it's on to the salon for manis and petties. And we'll follow that up with a completely self-indulgent dinner and show at Montaldo's.
Oh, that's nice. Can Nora and Oliver come too?
And Norman and I come where?
On our girls' night out, but no, we can't because it's, well, for girls. Not to mention, it's Thursday, and Thursday is...
Dead letter office, Oliver O'Toole. Yes, she is. Rita?
Oh.
Rita Hayworth?
So you were saying it's Thursday and...
Oliver, don't tell me that you forgot about Norman's surprise bachelor party.
Norman! Oliver and I were just talking about the employee parking caucus at 10:30.
We're not going back to head-in only, are we?
Not if I can help it.
I'm a diagonal girl myself.
I did not know that.
Wait, what is today?
It's the 30th.
No.
No. Norman, we just lost our florist.
What?
She fell in love with the groom from last week's wedding, and then they eloped.
Love is in the air.
What are we gonna do?
Norman, surely you have a cousin?
Think, Norman. 6 foster families, 1 forever home, 37 cousins.
Yes, Cousin Arthur.
Arthur, the convicted cow tipper.
That was overturned. The conviction, not the cow. Anyways, Arthur has a sister-in-law who is a wizard with zinnias. Or is it Amaryllis? Cease.
Whatever, let's just go.
Norman! Everything on that shelf. Where is it?
Well, it's the last day of the month. I just took it all down for the unclaimed items auction.
No.
Norman, let's go.
Coming! Poppies! Penelope's petals and poppies.
Thursday.
Come on. Oh,
Oliver.
Oh, well, in case you're wondering, I have Thursday under control.
you forgot. Oh!
Well, let's just say Norman's surprise bachelor party will be a bit of a surprise to everyone.
This is very unlike you, Oliver.
I know. I just think the wedding has us all a bit
Distracted?
contemplative.
Huh. Well, why don't you contemplate asking someone to help you?
I am certainly capable of handling this.
Oh.
What do we have here?
Just, undeliverable, scheduled for auction today.
Why is it heading in the opposite direction of the auction?
I was hoping that I could just buy it outright.
That's highly...
It's just an old piece of clothing. It's used.
Miss McInerney, I cannot bend the rules simply because you and I are, especially because you and I are,
I love it when you get all Ms. McInerney on me.
I'm late for the parking meeting.
Have fun. Oh, and remember, diagonal. Contemplative. Oh, Hazel.
How's Rita holding up?
Oh, she's doing better.
How could she be doing better? She just told me her florist quit.
Oh, right. Well, at least it's keeping her mind off of, you know, her mother.
Contemplating.
I just thought that the material was so nice. I could alter it, make it a cocktail gown, or use the train to make a, I don't know, make a
shawl.
A tablecloth?
I just hate to see something so beautiful end up on an auction block. I wasn't seriously expecting to need...
What?
There's a pocket. And a letter.
My darling girl, the last time we were together, I wasn't sure when we would see each other again, but I never thought it would take so long. I'm still out here fighting the good fight, but what keeps me going is knowing that I kept you safe.
It's still too dangerous to attempt contact with you directly, but my sources tell me you've gotten engaged, and I've never forgotten my promise to pass this on to you when you are ready.
It was your grandmother's. It was mine, and now it is yours. When I wore it, I had it taken out a little, but you're tall and slim like your grandmother, so you may need to have it taken back in. Life is like that too, sweetheart. Sometimes you just need to alter it a little to make it fit better. Maybe someday you'll have your own daughter to
Pass the stress on to, along with all the adventures we shared, all those Sunday afternoon teas when you were growing up. I'm so proud of you and your own bold, brave life, sweet girl. I could never be the mother I wanted to be, but I'm trying to be the hero I hope you still believe I am. I know you will always be mine. Have a cup of 1892 Darjeeling for me. And think of me on your wedding day. I'll be there with you. Love forever. Mommy.
Who puts a pocket in a wedding dress? I mean, and how did we miss it? I mean, I'm sure we followed protocol. We did everything that we always do with these kind of things.
Everything but try it on.
I haven't bought it yet. I wrote the check, but I didn't give it to you.
So,
who needs another tablecloth?
We sure have a lot of poppies.
They were my mother's favorite perennial.
Wait, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize your mother...
Oh, it's okay. It was all very sudden. At least she went doing what she loved best. Spelunking.
Spelunking?
Oh, she loved caves. She was also a weaver and a farmer.
Oh, and a part-time hippie.
And a UFO activist.
Organic bartender.
But exploring underground caverns was her greatest passion.
Nobody spelunked like Sonny spelunked.
She always dreamed of one day stumbling onto some undiscovered, endless, bottomless abyss. And then she did.
But it was the last thing on her bucket list, so it all
worked out.
Yep.
You're handling it awfully well.
Thank you.
Well, I think we could definitely help you out on Saturday. Let me just check something real quick.
Oh, great.
I'm proud of you. Not easy planning a wedding without your mom.
Well, she'll be there in spirit. And Dad'll be there. And Oliver and Shane.
And Grandma.
Yeah, she's always so hard to keep up with.
She wouldn't miss us for the world.
Norman?
Let's get some details down. Time and location.
Well, it starts at 4.
4 o'clock, okay.
Washington Square. Yeah, I think I recognize this box. It got caught in a conveyor belt accident at Terminal Annex 8 months ago.
you remember this box?
Oh, sure. Just look at those commemoratives.
Oh, Bessie Coleman, Sacagawea, Amelia Earhart.
Why would somebody go to all that trouble to only use stamps with famous women on them?
Yeah, not just famous, courageous. Norman, I was thinking perhaps you and I might have a quiet pre-wedding dinner at my place on, say, Thursday?
Rita's dad wants us to drop by the farm tonight, and then we have to pick up our tuxes tomorrow. Wednesday, we meet the minister. So, yeah, Thursday, sure.
Good.
3 Millie Blythes, what's that all about?
What keeps me going is knowing that I kept you safe. What do you think she means?
She talks about danger and adventure. Fighting the good fight. Maybe she's a soldier.
Or a spy. My sources tell me you've gotten engaged.
An international woman of mystery. She sounds like Norman's grandmother.
Yeah.
She's coming, right?
I don't know. I can't find her. And I don't know how to tell Norman. We've sent invitations to every crazy, weird place she's ever been, but they all get returned. I must have missed one.
Wasn't she in Machu Picchu?
She was. Then she went down the Amazon, across the Sahara Desert, up Kilimanjaro, and then I lost track.
Isn't she the honorary queen of something?
The Rainbow Tribe of the Sacred Biami?
Yeah, where's that?
Oh, an archipelago 800 miles south of New Guinea.
She really gets around, doesn't she?
Oh, yeah. She would have loved my mom.
Don't give up yet. Maybe the Biami can help. Does the Rainbow Tribe have internet?
Oh, I don't think so. I think that's why they're so happy. The button's just...
Hey, what is this?
All right. Thank you.
Otis in operations says the equipment that broke down and damaged this was sorting incoming parcels, not outgoing.
So that means the daughter must still live nearby, and the mom.
She could be anywhere.
Oliver. Oliver, there are initials sewn into the dress. Look. E.R.
Evelyn Rose, Denver's most elegant wedding designer. She sews her initials into every dress she makes. It's like an artist signing her masterpiece.
Society seamstress Evelyn Rose estimates she created more than 2,000 wedding dresses for at least 4 generations of Denver brides. No 2 dresses were the same, recalls the bright-eyed... Wow.
The bright-eyed 96-year-old, because every bride is unique and every gown has a secret.
96, wow.
Well, I've got an appointment with her after lunch.
I might want to think about moving that up.
As for us, the letter says something about all those Sunday afternoon teas.
Rita, tea houses in Denver, please.
There are 18 Denver restaurants that have Sunday afternoon tea. 7 of them have been open for almost 30 years, but only one serves its own 1892 Darjeeling private blend, and it's the Brown Palace Hotel.
Well, I hope you like scones.
What if the person who's supposed to wear this dress is already married by now?
What if she isn't? Then there still might be time to find her before the wedding.
But it's not about the dress. Someone out there is missing a mom. She may never see her again. This might be the only thing that she has left of her.
Madam, 1 lump or 2?
3.
Mr. Fry, is it?
At your service, sir.
I imagine you've worked here for quite a number of years.
37, sir. I have served kings, queens, presidents, authors, explorers, captains of industry, and the occasional expatriate prince. Brown Palace is the crossroads of the world, their home away from home. The flags in the lobby honor all the countries in the world from which our guests hail.
Oh my goodness. Well, we are from the United States Postal Service. We are trying to deliver a very special family heirloom that was lost in transit.
Lost by the post office. Extraordinary.
Very rare occurrence. We believe it was mailed by a lady who regularly brought her little girl to tea here every Sunday afternoon.
So you have described half the population of the metropolitan area, as you can see. Perhaps if you had a name?
Sadly, we do not.
Oh, but they like to drink the 1892 Darjeeling.
Ah, well, that might narrow it down. The 1892 is an acquired taste.
Oh, but this is marvelous.
A rare white infusion, actually.
Do I detect a hint of musk with a floral top note?
You do indeed, sir.
Oh, yes, this is one of mine.
I knew it.
I recognize the lace. It's from a boat I bought in Belgium in the 1960s.
That would be about right.
I made quite a few dresses out of that, but I have no idea who I made this one for.
You see, the thing is that you made this dress for a lady who passed it down to her daughter, and then that lady tried to pass it on to her daughter, but it got lost in the mail. And the lady that mailed it, well, she hasn't seen her daughter in a long, long time.
I can't promise this will help, but, do you know my motto?
Every bride is unique, and every gown has a secret.
Well, the secret is that it's not just a motto. It's the truth.
Oh! For Jane, bless the bride who wears this dress. ER 1964.
I sewed a secret prayer in a dress for every bride I made. I sewed a prayer for every bride that came through that door. So, I must have made this dress for a lady called Jane. Does that help?
She didn't happen to tell you what she was going to name her first child, did she?
No idea.
Well, thank you anyways. And No matter what happens, I'm just so glad I met you. And when I was growing up, I always dreamed of one day wearing an Evelyn original.
Well, you still can. I'm not officially retiring until the end of the year.
Oh, I don't think there's enough time. I get married on Saturday.
Oh.
Well, I could never afford a gown like this on a postal service salary.
Well, tell me about your dress.
My dress? Oh, it's long, really long, and it's got a lot of bows and some ruffles, and it's a Western theme. Yep. Yeah. I borrowed it from a friend in international shipping. She married a sheep rancher. But you know what? It fits great, and I'm only gonna wear it once. Right?
These are the best cucumber sandwiches I've ever had.
The egg salad is unparalleled. My goodness, do you think it's too late to ask them to cater Thursday night?
Oh, what are you talking about, Oliver? It's a bachelor party. It's a bunch of guys drinking beer and eating Cheetos out of the bag. They don't want finger sandwiches. They want hot wings and ribs and red plastic cups.
Hot wings. Does that involve sauces? Because I just had the carpets professionally.
Oh, for heaven's sakes.
What are you doing?
I'm texting your father to tell him that his son is hopelessly lost somewhere in the 20th century, and could he meet us at your house for an intervention?
Pardon me. Regarding your search for the lady, it occurs to me that our reservation books have been archived since 1901. Would that be helpful?
Oh, it might.
I've taken the liberty of writing down the direct line to the kitchen, if I can be helpful with introductions to our archivist.
Oh, well, thank you.
That is very kind of you.
I'm happy to be of assistance to a fellow connoisseur of the leaf, sir.
Cloud Consciousness Retreat. Butterfly Barefoot Bay. Undelivered. Undelivered?
Norman! I met Evelyn Rose, and she did make the dress. She made it for a lady named Jane in the 60s, which doesn't help us much, I know. But you're not gonna believe this. She is making me a dress, and practically for free. I can't believe it. I mean, can you imagine me in an Evelyn original? Oh, no. I tried to tell you earlier, but I was just hoping that one of those would catch up with her.
It's okay. Grandma's always been a free spirit.
But you know she loves you, right? And she would be here if she could.
I know. I don't want you to worry about this anymore. The only thing that matters is I finally get to marry you on Saturday. And that makes this the happiest week of my life. And nothing can change that. Hello, Norman. Uh-huh. Thank you. The minister has the measles.
Oh.
His face.
I'm not saying that it has to be a big, crazy blowout, but Norman needs a chance to let off some steam, kick up his heels a little, and, you know, celebrate the fact that he's found the love of his life.
He has, hasn't he? Not everyone can say that. I meant, I admire his perseverance. I didn't mean to suggest that you... I mean, that...
Oliver, look, weddings have a way of making people who aren't getting married suddenly feel awkward. It probably didn't help when you saw me trying on a wedding gown. You were never supposed to see that. Can you just forget that happened?
May I help you?
Hi. I'm conducting an investigation for the United States Postal Service. I'm hoping that you might have a forwarding address on file for a rather distinguished guest who often stays here when she's in town. I'm Mrs. Ardis Parker Pennington Payne, Queen of the Rainbow Tribe of the Sacred Biami.
It shouldn't be too hard to find someone to marry us. What about your cousin Serge?
Bow of silence.
What about your cousin Larry?
Well, he converted to somethingism. Has to do with spaghetti.
Oh, wait, what about Ramon?
Ramon? Who could possibly qualify an ex-matador, TV weatherman, ballroom dance teacher to perform a wedding ceremony? It's bad enough he's catering it.
But doesn't he have one of those online minister licenses? I think I saw one on his wall.
Yeah, probably right next to his medical degree from South Central Delaware Community College.
Well, at least call him. We're running out of time, and we still need to figure out who sent this.
Yeah, about that. I've been thinking about it. Something Oliver said. Look at this. Amelia Earhart, Sacagawea, Bessie Coleman, Nellie Bly. She broke the world record for traveling around the world. And Clara Moss. She sacrificed her life trying to find a cure for yellow fever.
All American women who helped change the world.
I think whoever mailed these stamps identifies with these women somehow.
Oh.
And look at this. This isn't just a piece of paper. This is formal stationery. It's good quality, but the top has been cut off.
Well, like maybe there was a name on top or an address.
And here, it's still too dangerous to attempt contact with you. Maybe we're looking for somebody who doesn't want to be found.
I was thinking about a chocolate fondue fountain right there. And if beer is absolutely necessary, perhaps a craft beer station right over there in the corner. And since Norman's cousin Vernon is making the wedding cake, I thought he might throw in some specialty pastries as well.
Vernon plays the spoons, so maybe we could have a little after-dinner musicale, too.
Really?
No, Oliver. Would you please just let your father handle this?
I'm happy to do it, son. Listen, do you mind if I move a little of the furniture around?
Well, only if it's absolutely necessary. I don't...
It is. I have yeses from all of Norman's cousins, friends from the Terminal Annex, Ramon, who offered to DJ, and of course you and Joe. And Rita's dad is bringing the cigars.
Cigars?
Yeah, Bill said it's a family tradition. Apparently, every father-in-law smokes a cohiba with the groom before the wedding.
Dad? Really?
It beats the ugly green tie.
I'm sorry, the what?
Back in the 1800s, our great-great-something grandfather, Randall Bartlett O'Toole, was in love with a lady of means named Letitia.
Letitia Hepplewhite.
Right. She was the beautiful daughter of a prosperous banker in Boston. But he was just the local postmaster, so Randall was insecure, and he wasted a little too much time deciding if he was going to propose to the lady. So one day he's getting his horse shoed, and he sees a gentleman rival heading towards Letitia's house. And Randall knows if he doesn't get there first, he's gonna lose her. So
Randall borrowed a tie from the blacksmith, runs up the hill, pounds on the door, and blurts out, "Don't look at my tie. Look at my eyes.
And listen only to my heart. And if you marry me, then I will love you forever, and I'll never wear this tie again." And that's why an O'Toole never wears an ugly green tie. Unless, of course, he's planning to propose.
I love that story.
So, Joe, did you wear an ugly green tie when you proposed?
I did.
And what about you?
Oh, no. Holly proposed to me, and 3 hours later, we were married at City Hall.
Oh, so you never...
No, I didn't have a wedding.
And you've obviously never been to a bachelor party, so let's get this baby cranking. What do you say? There you go.
Please.
Relax, Oliver. A prayer for every bride. That's so sweet. For Jane, 1964. It's pretty amazing.
But not helpful, no. Norman thinks maybe Jane's daughter mailed that box with all those stamps to send some sort of message. Like, I can't tell you where I am, but I'm flying around the world doing dangerous and exciting things to keep the world safe.
So, what do you think? Ramon or no Ramon?
Yes.
Yes, Ramon, or yes, no Ramon?
I'm sorry?
Are you okay, Oliver?
Oh, it's just contemplating the preponderance of archaic and mystifying wedding superstitions. Why something old? Or why something new? Or borrowed? Or blue? Then there's the tossing of the bouquet, nothing more than really a barbaric exercise in female wrestling.
Is this a part of the best man's pep talk?
I have a lot on my mind.
Me too. What with me getting married this Saturday to Rita, without a minister.
You made it!
Hey, Mr. Haywood.
Oh, no, you're gonna have to call me Dad.
Daddy has a surprise for us.
Yes, I do. I do. Follow me.
Oh, my.
This is a canoe.
It's your wedding gift.
Oh.
I made it myself.
What? Oh, isn't it just beautiful? Wow.
Look at that craftsmanship, Norman.
Yeah. I made the loom over there for your mother for our wedding.
Oh.
This is a canoe.
Well, Rita doesn't weave. So I thought you could, hitch it on top of your RV and take it to Grand Lakes for your honeymoon.
Thank you, Daddy. This is just so... Oh.
Just so...
We brought sushi.
Yes, dinner. Starving.
Oh, me too.
Good.
Norman? Canoes say go on water. Yet I never learned how to swim.
Well, that is certainly something that can be remedied. You'll have plenty of time on your honeymoon to get your feet wet.
I already have a lot to learn on my honeymoon.
Daddy, do you remember what Mama wore when you guys got married?
Oh, yeah. We were selling blackberry preserves at the Renaissance Fair in Modesto, and she decided that she would trade in the whole lot for this long, fancy get-up that they were selling in this Elizabethan booth that was right next to ours. But see, the problem was it was too big. Now, your mother, she decided to do the alterations herself.
Oh.
And she kept taking it in and up and in until it ended up no bigger than a postage stamp. I think the veil ended up longer than the dress. But she sure was beautiful.
Rita, what did the letter say about alterations?
When I wore it, I had to have it taken out.
Oliver, Norman, we have to go.
Leave the canoe, take the sushi.
Norman, I need some little itty-bitty scissors.
Little bitty or itty bitty?
Norman. See, the prayers aren't for the dress. They're for the one who wears it.
So, if Evelyn sewed one for Jane when she made it,
Then perhaps she sewed one for Jane's daughter when she altered it.
excellent thinking, Miss McInerney.
Little bitty, itty bitty.
Is there another one in there?
Bless this dress for Annalise.
Annalise, yes, I do believe I knew the lady of whom you may be speaking. For many years, I had the pleasure of serving a charming mother and daughter who always sat at that table in the corner. She would regale her daughter with the most enthralling tales of bravery and danger and expedition.
I had to face the monster right there in the middle of the sea, with the storm and the winds tossing the boat right to left.
Little girl, always carried a notebook with her and wrote down every story her mother told. At first they were drawings, but as she grew older, she wrote them down.
Sometimes the monster sneaks up behind you and you don't see it coming until it's too late. That's why I always carry my sword and my shield ready to face my enemy.
The stories were always different, always heroic, and always told as though the mother herself was the heroine. And the heroine's name was Annalise. As the little girl grew, the stories grew up too, and the character of Annalise evolved into, let me see.
An aviator, an army nurse, a war correspondent?
Yes. Annalise became something of a mysterious woman of fortune who always seemed to risk her life to do the right thing and to
keep her family safe.
Was the little girl's name Jessica?
Jessica? Oh, my goodness, yes, that was it.
Rita, how on earth? I think I know where to find her. I walked by this yesterday.
Meet the best-selling author of The Secret Adventures of Annalise, The Flight to the End of the World, Book 5, the best-selling young adult novels by Jessica Gordon.
I've never heard of Jessica Gordon.
Probably because you're not a teenage girl. It makes sense. An aviator, a pirate, a soldier. She took her mother's stories and she created a successful book franchise. It's gotta be her.
Suppose we'll find out tomorrow.
Oh, I am late for my appointment with Evelyn. Bye. Bye, guys.
And we have a tuxedo fitting in 20 minutes.
And I have a phone call. I'll see you guys later.
Bye-bye.
Hello, Shane McInerney? Yes? Yes! Oh my goodness. No, everything is fine. But where are you?
It's not that I'm nervous. Oh, no. I'm perfectly healthy.
Of course you are.
It's just I always thought, I just always thought that, some things are meant to be saved until you can do them with somebody special. Like when you both go to see a movie together for the first time. It's more fun than if one of you has already seen it and knows how it ends. Does that make sense?
So far.
I've never really been to the movies. So when Rita and I started going out and getting to know each other, we were talking about everything. And, well, one day finally we just admitted to each other that we were just waiting for the right person to
see the movie with.
Exactly. What if,
Norman, you're not going to the movies. You and Rita are the movie. You're the stars of your own love story. And when the time comes, you will know your lines. And it will be beautiful.
I feel a little awkward delivering this. All I got him was a rice cooker. You okay?
We were very blessed. You know that?
We're gonna miss her on Saturday.
She was weaving this before she left us.
Hey. If that's the only thing that she left undone, my friend, then you're right. We were blessed.
Hello? Bill, is anyone here?
Hey, Shane.
Oh, perfect.
What's up?
How do you feel about building one more wedding gift?
Sure.
Here you go. Hi.
Hello, Miss Gordon. My name is Oliver O'Toole from the United States Postal Service, and we may have a delivery for you.
Mommy.
Mr. Fry, the tea master at the Brown Palace, remembered you and your mother.
Oh my goodness, Mr. Fry.
It was Rita, actually, who put 2 and 2 together when he said that your mother was quite an inventive storyteller.
She didn't actually invent them. They really happened to her. Or at least that's what she wanted me to believe.
They need me again. My father left when I was a baby. And it seemed like my mom was always working 6 different jobs just to keep things together. But somehow she always made sure we had tea at the Brown. She'd tell these fantastic stories, and I'd try and write them all down. And then one day she told me they weren't just stories. She said other kids' parents belonged to the PTA, but that she belonged to a government agency that worked undercover to protect the world from danger.
Is that,
True. It was true for a little girl who thought her mom was a hero. Sometimes she'd leave me with my grandmother for a week or even a month while she'd disappear on these secret missions. But she'd always come back with her mission accomplished and another story to tell. And then when I was 12, she told me she had to go on her greatest, most dangerous mission of her life.
They need me on Never Lost Island. Now, I wouldn't leave unless I knew it was absolutely the most important thing I ever did to keep you safe. And I promise I'll be back.
And I never saw her again. But I kept believing in her for years because I guess I needed to. But who knows what's true anymore.
What about your grandmother?
My grandmother promised me she'd tell me the whole story when I was ready to hear it, but
she passed away when I was in college.
so as far as you know, your mother is...
Secret agent. The day I turned 21, I looked at myself in the mirror and said, just face it, she dumped you.
You don't really believe that, do you? I mean, look at these stamps. They're all of amazing women who did change the world. I think she wants you to think of her like that. Like Amelia Earhart, Nellie Bly. She really seems to like Nellie Bly.
Yeah, she does. She always puts at least 2 Nellies on every envelope.
I'm sorry. There are other letters?
From Alaska, and Kenya, Beijing, all over the world.
They started coming in when I published my first book. They say she's still out there on some mysterious assignment trying to come home. I'd been angry at her for so long, but writing her stories was a good way to work through that. But then when those letters started coming in, it was like finding a reason to believe again that she really did want to be with me. But for whatever reason, she just can't. Guess I finally found a way to live with that.
How many letters were written?
Oh, maybe 6 or 7. The one before came about a year ago. They're all written on the same paper.
Are the tops of each page cut off?
Yeah.
I am sorry it was necessary to read the letter, but we were quite inspired by your mother's stories.
Every story I've ever written was inspired by her. But nobody knows that except you and my husband.
So we're too late for your wedding.
I was married 5 months ago.
Oh, we're so sorry.
No, don't be. I didn't miss the dress. I missed her. But now I know she was there in spirit.
Ms. Gordon, I wish there was some way that we could make it up to you.
You found the dress. You found me. What more could you possibly do?
What if we were to find your mother?
I still can't believe you said that. Maybe we could find your mother?
I'm just saying that I think we have an obligation to make something good out of this. Isn't that what Postables do?
And to what corner of the earth might we have to go to find her?
I have a theory.
Oh, happy day.
The letter said, "You're tall and thin, like your grandmother." How could she know that if she hasn't seen Jessica since she was 12? And what do people always say if they can't be somewhere they wish they could? It's always, "I'll be there in spirit." But what did Annalise write about Jessica's wedding?
Think of me on your wedding day? I'll be there with you?
Oliver, I think that Annalise really was there at Jessica's wedding. I think that she's finally come home.
Why hasn't she told Jessica?
Flowers, candles, reception menu.
Check, check, check.
Okay, I have a fitting at 3, and then a meeting Shane.
Check. Oh, and I have my dinner with Oliver.
Ooh, we should get going. We've got Ramon at noon.
Ramon?
Couples counseling. Don't ask.
Hi, Oliver. Bye, Oliver.
Couples counseling, don't ask.
Good morning.
Yes, it is. Oh, listen to this. Nellie Bly was not only a world-renowned traveler, she was an investigative reporter, most famous for posing as a mental patient in 1867 to expose disturbing conditions in New York's infamous Blackwell's Island Asylum, resulting in major reforms in the treatment of mental health. So, I was thinking that maybe Annalise is an undercover human rights activist.
I don't know how you plan to find this woman. We don't have the dress anymore or the letter. You can't find a single Annalise Gordon in any of those computer internet search things you do.
Are you okay?
Well, I'm fine. I just have a lot of things on my mind.
I'll tell you what, I'll do some more thinking about Annalise and you get ready for the bachelor party.
I am sorry. I seem to be somewhere else these days.
Well, wherever that is, don't stay there too long. Oh, I should get that. It could be about the girls' night out. Please tell me that we're a go. Yes.
How did couples counseling with Ramon go?
I had no idea how spiritual he was. We met him at the Mailbox Grill, and we ate enchiladas, and he prayed for our marriage.
It's not every day your caterer and your minister are the same person.
He's taking this very seriously. We went over the service and the music, and the guest list.
The guest list?
Mm-hmm. He said, when you invite God to the wedding, he stays for the marriage, and a cord of 3 strands can never be broken.
You and Norman are strands.
Mm-hmm. That's a metaphor. You see what I mean? Very spiritual.
Rita, I couldn't tell you before I knew it was for sure, but I have a surprise for you and Norman. But it means skipping our girls' night out.
Please. It's your surprise bachelor party.
Get it, Ramon.
Norman! 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 Norman!
Up.
What, the Sam Hill?
Grandma?
It's me. I mean, it is I. It's your grandmother.
Look. Oh, I can't believe you came.
Of course, darling. You're my little sliver of light.
Hey, so where are you actually?
Patagonia, darling. I'm detoxifying. Now, you must introduce me to everybody.
Oh, okay.
It was the flags in the lobby of all the places that artists had traveled to, and it got me thinking maybe she had left a forwarding address the last time she had been here. And bingo, she had left the number for her travel agent who had the number for the private pilot that had just flown her to Oliver?
Shrimp sauce, it is everywhere.
And over there, that's my foster cousin Wade, cousin Vernon. He's gonna make our cake.
Oh, it's gonna have owls on it. I just love owls.
I can see that, dear.
Thank you. Say hi to my grandma.
Oh, Grandma.
Oh, yes, this is my dad.
Ah, pleasure to meet you. Hi, you can call me Bill. It's short for Bilbo, like in
The Hobbit. Of course it is.
Oh, hi. Oh, if you'll excuse me.
Now, for the first dance, you take the bride's hand, like so, and you promenade on the floor. You wait for the next 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. Yes. 1, 2, 3.
Great party.
Thanks to you. Really dropped the ball, I'm afraid.
I know you've been preoccupied recently. And am I crazy, or have you managed to avoid looking Shane in the eye all night?
Dad, have you ever thought about somebody one way for a long time, and then one day they say something or do something and you just can't get it out of your head?
Where are you going with this, son?
Would have really gotten along with my wife. She learned to meditate in Tibet.
Oh.
She climbed the Himalayas.
Bravo.
And, she learned how to weave
Oh, what?
in New Guinea.
I weave? I'm a weaver. I spend 3 months of every year on a small island just south of there during the sacramental sowing season.
Are we talking about the rainbow tribe of the sacred Piami?
I'm their queen.
Oh, no.
Yes. What was your wife's name?
Sunny.
Oh, no, for heaven's sake.
What, you knew her?
Knew her? We learned to weave together 25 years ago. We were loom buddies.
It's amazing.
What that woman couldn't do with the hair from the underbelly of a muskox.
I mean, you know, this is a miracle. Are you busy, like, say, 12 hours from now?
It's Patagonia, dear. There is no busy.
Can we Skype tomorrow? I'd like to show you something at my dairy farm.
A dairy farm? Oh, I do love cows.
Really?
Well, you see, darling, back in the 13th century, I was a cow.
And I must tell you once again, what an honor it will be to officiate your sacred union on Saturday.
How many times have you officiated?
None. You are my first. And...
Well, if you're asking me, maybe it's time to face the music and admit that you are two very different people, and you don't see that changing.
No, I don't.
So, then the question is...
There you guys are. Our artist has something she wants to tell us.
Oh. Everybody here?
Yep, we're all here, Grandma.
Well, now, normally I wouldn't make such a production out of a wedding gift, but I think Oliver and Shane should hear this too. Now, Norman, Rita, even though I'm hardly ever there, I'll always be here for you. Even when I'm not here, there. Especially if you ever find yourselves in need of anything at all. So, I'm giving you the email address of my accountant, Harry.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
Somebody write this down. Anybody got a pen and paper?
Oh, got it.
In the meantime, Harry is sending a check to the O'Toole Foundation to establish the Hayworth-Dorman Scholarship for Students of Postal History.
Oh, my goodness.
Grandma, this is just so amazing.
That is so amazing. Thank you so much, Mrs. Parker Pennington Payne.
Well, I know how much being postal means to both of you.
Here, it's paper. You can just write on the back of that. Oliver, do you want to give Norman your pen?
Oliver,
Look. The paper. Stationers from the Brown Palace?
I know. That's the number that Mr. Fry wrote down.
Norman, the letter from Annalise. Isn't this the same paper? Yes.
Nobody smells like my Norman.
Thank you, Grandma.
Sure you don't want us to come back and help you clean up? Okay, bye. Oh, good. It's you.
Hey, you're the post office lady, right?
That's right. I have another name for you.
Last name?
Oh, we don't have a last name, but we have a unique first name, and we think she might be a regular here. Annalise?
Annalise. She's right over there.
Oh. Her?
No, her.
Does she know that I'm here?
No. She was hoping that we would find you.
Really?
I think she's just hoping that maybe you're still out there being, well...
The amazing woman I told her I was. Well, I am still out here, protecting her in a way. Not from tigers or monsters. From me. The hallucinations began when she was about 8 years old.
What do you mean?
Nobody knows why. I just started to lose pieces of myself. I'd lose track of time, forget things, get confused. Some days it felt like nothing was possible, or everything was. I've been called back into duty again, sweetheart. It shouldn't be too long this time. They need me again on Neverlost Island. All those wild stories I made up to entertain Jesse began to feel real. They're like memories. As if I really was a hero and I had done all those things. I was in and out of hospitals and clinics for years, but I just kept getting worse. And I was so afraid that it wasn't safe for Jesse to be around me. So I looked for help. And I found a live-in mental health program for women. So I left for 6 weeks on my new secret mission. And I left Jesse with my mother again. 6 weeks turned into 6 months, and then years. And somewhere in all that time, my mother died, and Jesse went to college. And so, when the clinic lost its funding, I ended up on the street. But I started to believe that I wasn't really homeless. I was actually an undercover reporter. Like
Nellie Bly.
And then one day, I saw a little girl reading a book. It was one of my good days, when I could think clearly enough to realize that I had found out what happened to my Jessie, and that she hadn't forgotten me. That was the day when I walked back into a hospital, and they put me into a free clinical trial and found a drug that worked. And so I started over. I live in a therapeutic community in Washington Park, and I've worked here now for 5 years. It's when I started writing the letters. I thought that maybe Jesse could believe in me again.
How did you mail all those letters from all those different places?
I made friends with some of the regulars who stay here, and they mail those letters for me from wherever they're off to next. To Asia, Europe, Africa. When I read that Jesse was getting married, I had someone send the dress for me from Hawaii. She got married just up there, In the grand ballroom.
You really were there?
I watched from the kitchen. I was hoping I might see her in the dress. But
We are so very sorry.
no, it's actually a relief. Because this way, I can tell myself that she might have worn it. Up until now, I just thought that she hadn't wanted to.
She missed you. She said so. She should tell you that herself.
No. I would be such a disappointment. I want Jessie to remember her mother as someone who was strong and brave and did things that mattered, like the women on those stamps.
But you are strong and so brave. You faced a terrible darkness and you had the courage to ask for help.
If you think that you haven't made a difference in the world, think about the thousands of children who were inspired to choose the more honorable, the kinder, the higher ground because they read Jessica's books. And those books began with you and the stories that you told her. We've been on Neverlost Island for an awfully long time. Maybe it's time to come home.
Hey, you sure you want this gone? It's a great conversation piece.
Oh, Dad, would you do me a favor? I left my tux jacket at the shop for alterations, and I won't be ready until 4. Something came up. Do you mind?
No problem. I'll pick it up and bring it to the church tomorrow.
Thanks.
Hey, what'd you decide about Shane? It only hurts for a minute, son. Just rip the bandage off and say what you've got to say.
This is Zelda. It's our prized Holstein.
Oh, hello, dear. Have we met? Well, you have a twin out there in the world, and I swear you could be her sister.
But this is what I want you to see.
Oh, look at that loom. It's a work of art.
It was my wedding gift to Sonny.
That woman sure knew how to handle a heddle. What has she got on there? What is that?
I don't, she was weaving this for Norman and Rita.
Oh, for heaven's sake, it's a Biami wedding blanket. It's a traditional gift from mother to daughter on the day of her wedding.
Rita would have loved that.
Oh, let's see. She's done the first rainbow, symbol of unity, the sacred 7 fertility patterns, the Biami prayer for flexibility, and she's just missing, if only I were there. She was almost finished. You know, we could do this together, Bilbo.
I don't know how to weave.
Oh, trust me, dear. I'll have those little hands flying and warping before you know it. Now, you're going to need a muskox.
No muskox.
Oh, well, an alpaca will do in a pinch.
Oh, I got that.
Oh, wait. I need the hour and place when Rita was born.
At 10:24 a.m. in Sedona, under the Pepsi Challenge tent.
Well, that explains everything. Now, get a move on. This could take all night.
Hurry.
Constantina, a ceremonial cup of yak milk, please. And what kept you?
Well, I was thinking we take it a step further. You know, something we haven't heard before. Annalise goes to the Great Wall of China. You know, I have so many of these stories. Can I call you back?
I know it's shock to hear words like homeless and mental illness and...
No, the only thing shocking is that I didn't figure it out before. But I must have been so desperate to believe anything but that. I mean, of course that's what it is. The stories, the crazy stories, and the trips.
She knows you must have a lot of questions.
Like why she didn't want to find me when she knew she could. All she did was mail me a dress. Isn't that the question I should be asking?
She wants to answer all of them.
Well, maybe it's too late.
No. No. Because I know what too late feels like. I'm getting married tomorrow. But my mom won't be there. Because I lost her this year.
I'm sorry.
She didn't have to overcome the same challenges as your mom. But she was passionate like her. And she dreamed of making the world a better place the same way that your mother wanted to. Sometimes she did crazy things. And she took chances that I just didn't understand. But I always assumed that I would be able to talk to her about it when I was ready. Except now. Now it's too late. It's too late for answers. It's too late to ask her for help with my wedding. It's too late to thank her for all those wonderful things that she taught me. It's too late for me to just sit down and laugh with her over a cup of tea. If I could do just one of those things today, oh, I wouldn't waste a second thinking about the time that we lost. She's your mother. She loves you more than anything else in the world. And she did her best. What other answers do you need?
Warp and heddle, warp and heddle, warp and heddle, warp and heddle, warp and heddle. Keep going, keep going. You're almost there.
I finished!
Bill, you're a natural.
Here's to artist queen of the sacred Biami and hero of the Dorman Hayworth wedding.
Well, I'm just glad I was there. Here. And as we say in Biami, you never know from where you sit which way the bird is going.
Thank you. I'm embarrassed to say that in 5 years I never noticed her. Then again, the night shift is something of another world. Is that?
It is.
Madam, what a pleasure to see you again.
Hello, Mr. Fry.
Let me just confirm that your table is ready.
I just want to thank you all so much for doing this. I never knew that strangers could be so kind.
We're not strangers anymore.
We're the Postables.
Right this way, madam.
I am so sorry.
It's okay, Mommy.
I thought I'd lost you forever.
Me too. I have a lot of questions. But I don't need the answers right away. How about we just have a nice cup of 1892 Darjeeling?
Jane McInerney? Yes. He's here with me. Hold on. Norman?
Oh. Hello?
Well, I guess the timing worked out after all, huh?
Yes, it did. We make a good team.
I love us.
And I love... and I love you.
Oh, you do, huh?
And I'm still contemplating what to do about that.
I see. Does it help if I mention that I love you so?
Oliver, skunks! Angry skunks in the church.
They found skunks under the choir loft, and now the whole church stinks.
Skunks.
We can't get married there tomorrow. What are we gonna do?
The guy with the guitar, he wrote a love letter to the only lady he ever loved, and then it got lost in the mail, and she got lost in a hurricane. So he needed the postables to help find her, and of course, they did, and now they need him, and here he is. Just think, all the people in here whose lives would be different without the U.S. mail. That's so romantic.
You okay, my friend?
I'm thinking about this day for so long. I just never imagined farm animals.
Well, at least you get a nice cross breeze here. You wouldn't get the church.
Got it.
Oh, thanks, Dad.
You might want to check the pockets, just in case.
Sweetheart, you're breathtaking.
Thank you, Daddy.
You look just like your mother. I mean, the dress looks...
No bigger than a postage stamp?
Mm-hmm. Now, when you walk out there, you may notice that the loom is empty. That's just because your mother's last gift to you is waiting for you on the altar.
Okay.
This is it.
This is it.
I love you.
I love you.
Every morning, every evening, every day I think of you. The way you love me through and through. When I'm with you, it feels like a heaven. You're an angel holding me. Sweet, sweet loving, it sets me free. And in my wildest imagination, I could never imagine you loving me as much as I do you. In my wildest imagination, I could never, never, never imagine you loving me as much as I do you. And it may be winter, it may be fall, might have plenty or nothing at all. Maybe I'm gonna be there whenever you call. Whenever you call, whenever you call.
Friends, family, other guests. We gather here today to celebrate the great truth that no matter where we find ourselves, when two or more are gathered together in the name of all that is sacred and holy, there is love.
And love is a profound mystery, that two souls can reach across the great river that separates one solitary heart from another and set out on a dangerous and thrilling journey where in an instant, in a miracle, two become one. Love is the ship we build with compassion, forgiveness, and faith.
To travel the river together, it is the dance of life. It is the greatest of contracts. It is the sweetest of promises to keep each other afloat amid the storms, to keep each other laughing amid the sorrow, and faithful amid the darkness. To rejoice together in the morning, and to honor each other in the evening. It is a gift from God, the source of this love and of the river itself, the one who will carry and guide us from this shore to the next.
And now, by the powers invested in me, of course,
I pronounce you husband and wife.
Yes.
May God bless your marriage.
What? Look, it's an owl.
Oh, that's an owl!
Are you wearing what I think you're wearing?
Don't look at my tie. Look at my eyes. And listen to my heart.
Oliver.
Marry me, and I will love you forever. And I promise I'll never wear this tie again.
It's pretty awful.
My father picked it out. I probably would have gone with something a little more.
Yes, Oliver. Yes, I will marry you and love you forever.
This was my grandmother's. She was the finest woman I ever knew. Until you. I hope it's not,
I love it. This is what all that contemplating was about.
Mm-hmm. What is it that you're contemplating?
I can't believe you guys stayed up all night making that.
Well, it was an education. And fun. Your grandmother wanted you both to know how much she loves you. And she wanted you to remember that this whole thing started with your mother. Right?
I know.
Oh, and another thing. Never forget. Wash on a cold cycle. No bleach.
Promise. Thanks, Daddy.
Thanks, Dad.
Well, finally, do you have any idea how long I've been keeping this thing in my glove compartment? I hope it was ugly enough.
Oh, yes.
I love you guys.
Thank you. Let me see it again.
So, we're married. Really married. To each other. Just like we planned. Well, not exactly how we planned.
It was a wonderful wedding, Norman.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It just went by so fast. But, you know, now look at us. Married postables. Engaged postables.
And just enough champagne left for a toast.
The last toast of the night.
And the first toast and the rest of our lives.
Oliver, would you do the honors?
Well, when we began together as colleagues, charged with delivering so many lost things, I believed that to everything there is a season, and to every lost letter there is a divine purpose. Only today, seeing you, Norman, and you, Rita, so happy, and you, my Shane, my love, promising to love me forever. Only now do I realize just how very lost I was, too. and that your friendship and your faith have delivered me as well. So, through rain and snow and dark of night, here we are, together. And I love us. To the Postables.
Postables.
Make someone happy. Make just one someone happy. Make just one heart the heart you sing to. One smile that cheers you. One face that lights when it nears you. One girl, you're everything